Well, it's iPhone season, and you know what that means on Tech Today. We have the iPhone 14 lineup exclusively for you, a first look and a hands-on on the show. The iPhone 14, because this is the youngest sibling now, since there's no iPhone 13 mini or an iPhone 14 mini. They've discontinued the mini line. And then the biggest sibling, the eldest sibling, the iPhone 14 Pro Max in all its splendor in this deep purple. I'll get to the color in a bit because at every different angle when the light hits this phone, it looks different. It grows on you, the color looks fantastic. The iPhone 14 comes in a different sort of a blue. The minute you hold this feels quite light. This, of course, is much heavier. Remember, we were chasing the 12 Pro Max in 2020 and all throughout 2021. Now in 2022, Apple has outdone themselves. Bigger sensors obviously mean more light can enter, and that also means better low light photography, so better night photography as well. But there's a catch. All these years we've seen three 12 megapixel sensors on the iPhone. They've been optimized, they give you great camera output, but this is the first time that it looks like iPhones and Apple are trying to compete with the Samsung Galaxies of the world and the other Android manufacturers, because they've given you a primary sensor on the Pro series and the Pro Max, which is a 48 megapixel. Let's also get to the iPhone 14. Great device, given that this is the base model and it comes with all the features that Apple has announced, like crash detection, SOS via satellite will be rolled out very soon. And this year is not like last year. Apple has given you the A16, which is the new Bionic chipset on the Pro line. On the standard 14 line, it's given you last year's A15. Look, manufacturers all over the world have been trying to innovate, but Apple knows how to market their products really well. A small feature, if you just turn on some music on this phone and you swipe up, you see the notch? It automatically becomes bigger and wider. This is a beautiful software implementation in terms of what Apple has done with the new Pro line and of course with iOS 16. So the notch has become more of a pill-shaped sort of cutout, which has so much more functionality. I can't believe how other manufacturers haven't considered this in the past. But this is how the notch or pill cutout looks, how small it looks now on the iPhone. A lot of other manufacturers have done away with it completely, but there's a lot of use cases there. And then this is how the notch looks on the iPhone 14, very standard in terms of how we've seen it over the years. Now, in terms of what the camera can do, of course, now cinematic mode can go up to 4K 30, which you couldn't do earlier. So that's a big upgrade when you're talking about cinematic mode. You also get action mode on the camera, which Apple says means you don't need a gimbal anymore. I'm not sure about that. What we will do is we will test it with a GoPro, we will test it with a gimbal and tell you how the stabilization is. In terms of the Pro Max, look, every year there's a whole bunch of enthusiasts who want to invest in the top of the line iPhones. From the 12 Pro Max to the 13 Pro Max, maybe that wasn't the ideal upgrade, but for the first time I can safely say a lot has changed under the hood and a lot has changed on the outside as well. Features like dynamic island, always on display, what they've done with the cameras and this deep purple color make this perhaps a contender to be the best iPhone yet and maybe the best premium smartphone of 2022. We will test that claim on Tech Today, so stay tuned to Business Today TV for more.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.